So this is a Bailey Pegasus 554, going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got the hitch, jockey wheel and handbrake. You've got your gas bottle in the front locker with your gas regulator on the bulkhead. Gas valve on top of the bottle to turn the gas on and off. Coming down the far side of the van, you've got the front locker or storage area. In here, you've got one on the other side that's in the same location as well, so you can store anything in there you wish to. The locker here has got an onboard water tank in it. You'd have to manually fill this by taking the tank out and filling it with water before using it. A lot of people don't even bother using these. To be quite honest, I don't myself. You've got your heating and hot water flue. So normally when the heating and hot water isn't on gas, you'd have this cover on here, which goes on the side here. You pull it off before use, and that is essentially the flue for the gas system on board the van. You've got your water pump connection, which pushes into the side of the van, just down here, with your water in the ack roll, and the pump, or the actual pickup pipe, sits inside the barrel itself. Then got your fridge vent on the side of the caravan, with a gas flue here for the fridge system, and these vents are taking to blow out some of the hot air out the back of the fridge unit, and taking some cool air also. The motor mover will demonstrate to you in person here on site, and we'll torque the wheel nuts to the correct manufacturer's recommendations before the caravan leaves site. Down the side of the van, you've got your two grey waste pipes, so you've got the fresh water that goes in the front. The grey waste needs to come out somewhere, so that's essentially the waste from your taps, sinks and shower on board the van, and that will come out just there. At the back of the van, you've then got your toilet flush tank, so you've got your 3.5 litre flush tank at the top here, so you'd need to put 3.5 litres of water in and a cap full of the pink fluid. Then at the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling the cassette out, and the neck here turns out so the waste can be tipped away. And then on the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button to allow the pressure out of the cassette before you tip the waste. The reason being, if not, it will spit and splatter back at you. I do advise you hold that button in while you are tipping the waste away also. That tank requires 1 litre of water in it and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. On the back of the van, on either side, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the caravan. You'd never lift the caravan with these legs, they are just there for stabilising. And if you did lift the caravan with these legs off the ground, it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. Got your storage locker on this side of the van at the rear, or on the left hand side of the van to access underneath the bed. Aerial point on the side of the van, so you can connect an aerial straight into the side of the van. Battery box with quick release terminals on top, and your mains power lead going into the caravan. 3-pin socket, so you can have power coming out to your awning. Barbecue gas points, these are available separately. And then you have the other storage locker on the front on this side. Going inside of the van, first of all, you're going to need to turn the power on as you come inside. So you've got your master power switch just here. In the down position, you've got your internal lights, you've got your awning light for the outside of the caravan, and you've got your water pump run just here. To fill the water system, which is the first thing you're going to do, is come underneath the cushion on the front, or underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the van. And underneath here, you'll actually find a yellow valve. That yellow valve is the drain down valve, which you'll see just underneath that seat just there, in line with that white pipe on the left hand side. That yellow valve will need to be parallel with the floor before you fill the water system. Like I said, you can use the onboard water tank. To do that, you'd need to take that blue tank out that I showed you on the outside, fill it with water, and then down the side, just down here, you have that blue valve. You need to spin that completely round so it was pointing towards the camera rather than away from the camera. But like I said, in the way it's set up at the moment, it will just run straight from the ack roll through the hot water tank here and to your taps. So yellow valve parallel with the floor to fill the system, and the valve and the blue valve pointing towards the side of the caravan, or the right hand side of the caravan, so you can fill the water system from just the ack roll. So once you got that valve in parallel with the floor, the yellow one, you'll open all the taps up on the hot side. As you can see, I've already bled the system. But you'll open all the taps up on the hot side. That's the one in the kitchen, the one in the bathroom, and the one on the shower. And once you've done that, you can then come back over to the control panel, turn on the water pump just here, and that will allow the water system to fill. Once the water system's filled, you'll have water running continuously out of every tap, as you've already seen. So as we are at the moment. And at that point, once that system's full, you can actually start warming the water on board the caravan. So on this control panel here, you have your electric water heater. So that will essentially warm the water on electric only. If you want to warm the water on gas, you can also do that. You can spin this dial around here to the gas symbol. Green light will come on, and then you can control the temperature of the water when the green light has appeared, because that is ignited on gas, between 30 and 70 degrees. To operate the heating on board the caravan, on the opposite side of the van, you've got your room heater switch, which you'll need to have on, and then above it you have the main control for the heating and hot water heating. Now it will depend on how much power you've got to come into the caravan to where you have this number set down the side. You've got 500, 1000 and 2000 down the side. You're off in the centre. What the 500, 1000 and 2000 relates to is the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. Here on site we can run a maximum of 1000. We always demonstrate the vans on 500. You can control the temperature of the heater when it's turned on this dial in the centre, and that is just for the electric operation. To ignite the heater on gas, you've got a dial down on top of the heater itself. You spin this dial round to between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve, then in the window down the front just down here, you'll see a blue light appear, and that is essentially your pilot light. Once it's warmed up, you'll slowly release the gas valve. It will go orange, say it is burning correctly. Turn the gas off, spin it back round to the 0 or past the 0, but when it's on, you can control the temperature between 1 and 10 on the left hand side. You've got your fan speed here on top for your blown air heating. So essentially the blown air heating, when it's on, will come out the vents around the caravan. The dot here on the front of the on top of the heater indicates the heat is going to come out the front. However, the wave symbol here is continuous blown air, a bit like you've got in your car. And like I said, it will come out these vents around the caravan, and they are dotted around the van in different locations. The A on this side is ambient temperature, so it cuts in and out with the thermostat on the caravan. So essentially, as soon as the caravan warms up the temperature, the blown air will cut out, and as soon as it drops below that temperature again, it will kick back in. The fridge system on board this caravan, very simple to use. You've got off in the top position here, 240 volt, and temperature control on the right hand side, so when you're essentially connected to mains. 12 volt when you're towing down the road. So 12 volt just there. And again, when you connect, the 12 volt supply, is not from the caravan, it is from the car you're towing with. So that'll only work when you're connected to a car with the correct power lead at the front. And essentially it'll turn the fridge into a cool box rather than a fridge. To ignite the gas system, you'll put the switch in the down position, hold in the temperature valve just here and hit the igniter. Once it's ignited on the outside of the caravan, from them fridge vents that I showed you, you'll actually hear a burning noise, which is actually the fridge ignited on gas. Hob, cooker and grill all work very much like your household appliances, no difference at all there. The same as your microwave above, which does work, as you can see, kicked in and working as it should. The last part of the handover video, apart from the bed, which I'll come back to in a moment because it's a little bit different in this van, is the toilet system. Electric flush on top of the toilet, a red full indicator light on top of the toilet for when the toilet waste cassette is full. You have a grey waste handle which you can push across to allow the toilet waste to go in the cassette underneath the van. And the toilet does turn, so when you are using the loo on board the van, you're not essentially sat in the corner, so the toilet seat turns in either direction. However, when you are emptying the waste cassette from underneath the van, the toilet will need to be in this position, because if not, it will lock the toilet cassette in place. The bed, very simple to use. You very simply grab hold of the bottom of the bed and pull it out towards the wall on the far side of the caravan, and the mattress will then drop down into place. Lift the mattress back up to put it back in, in the upright position again. So you'd lift the mattress up, then push the bed in. If you have any further questions on the Bailey Pegasus 554, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Bye bye for now.